What's going on? It's Anton from AntonDaniels.com. Welcome to the new year and the new decade. I'm downtown Detroit as usual, hanging out with my chick and my daughter. We just having this little kids thing down at Beacon Park. It allows the kids earlier in the day to do their own little ball drop and everything like that. I'm having a ball. I almost like doing kids activities more than I like doing adult activities. I do want to give you guys some insight about 5 things you probably need to do going into the new year. So before you get into it, and as you navigate through the first few months of the new year, new decade, you definitely want to make some adjustments. So the first thing you want to do is get your mobile life in order. Being able to be organized on your mobile device is ideal moving into a new year. I personally use a combination of OneDrive and iCloud. And in the past, I've been pretty good about managing all of my digital files, from my photos to my videos. One of the ways I've always been able to stay pretty good as it relates to managing all of the files that I have on my device, I made sure that I got the lowest amount of storage on my device. Now, I did that strategically because I wanted to make sure that I didn't have anything on my device that I didn't need. Early on, I always adopted the cloud. So I moved everything, all of my digital files, all of my photos, all of my websites, all of my designs, everything that I work on, all of my files, documents, I moved it over into the cloud. And so that allowed for me to be able to effectively manage my device without needing a bunch of storage on the device itself. And I didn't have the problem of having 30,000 photos and videos on my device and not knowing where nothing is. And even though we've upgraded to all of the latest iOS devices, from our iPads to our iPhones, we have the maximum storage on every device, we don't have a bunch of documents and things on that device that we don't know where to find them. Even in my OneDrive and my iCloud, everything is broken down by folder. So first you have the differentiation between pictures and videos and documents and business and websites. And as you dive further into those files and folders, I've strategically laid things out to where it's easy to find what it is that you're looking for. If you haven't already, I recommend you move into the cloud. It's an easy way for you to be able to manage your storage and devices without having to worry about anything getting corrupted and losing it forever. Before I move over into the second thing, I know you guys are gonna judge me based off my hat. I really like this hat. It's my chick's hat. Obviously, it's a pink hat, but I've decided to continue to be festive for the holidays. So anyways, the second thing that you're gonna have to focus on is letting some people go. Number 1, everybody only has a limited amount of capacity as far as how much they can spread themselves around. Number 2, I firmly believe, and I stand by this, that your life is the culmination of the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most. Realistically, if you want to have an honest look at yourself and you want to really evaluate who you are as a person, do that hard look in the mirror. It's not hard to see who you are by looking at the people that you surround yourself with. So if you're surrounding yourself with not just negative people, but people that are doing things that are not positive influences in your life, if they a negative person, if they never got a job, we can just run down the list. If you always hang around people that only gamble or only do things that's not conducive to where it is that you're trying to go, then you need to let them go. And then replace those people. And it doesn't mean that you can't be friends with them. However, I'm surrounding myself with people that are ideal and can teach me something, taking me in a new direction, that have a different perspective towards life, that may be completely different from what I'm used to. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's going to take probably one of the hardest things you ever done in your life. And that's replacing the people that you used to being around that does not help you become a better version of yourself. I know it's going to be hard. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, and it's easier said than done. But realistically, if you're trying to get better results, you're going to have to replace some people in your circle. Some people just not good for you. Some people aren't good influences on you. And you can't hit me with that whole thing of, well, I'm going to influence them to be. Come on. Let's be realistic. We grown. Like moving into this next decade, we're not gonna mince words, we're not gonna play no games. We just gonna be 100% real with who we are. A little later on in the day, came over here to my new favorite market. It's called Alex's Market. But getting back to what we was talking about, the third thing that you want to do is get a second and third and fourth stream of income. The reason why it's important to do this moving into the next decade is, number one, it insulates you against anything that goes on in the economy. If you lose your job or anything like that, it allows you to be able to still be comfortable, still make adjustments, still make moves without necessarily having to worry about income, right? Because a lot of times when you move into situations where you start to make decisions based off of short-term issues, you make really big, bad decisions. So we want to get a second, third, fourth stream of income. Me personally, I got like 7 different streams of income right now. Most of them are passive, such as stocks. I have real estate, and you guys already know I'm a serial entrepreneur. But the thing about it is that you can use those alternate forms and streams of income to tackle a lot of different things. You can tackle debt, you can pay that down, and then you can start utilizing that to invest in other things that you wouldn't normally invest in. Start saving for retirement. A lot of people are always asking me, hey Anton, how'd you make your money? How'd you even get to the space where you can go to the casino and make those type of big bets? This is why, because I make a lot of different money from a lot of different places and sources, and you never know, which one is gonna really blow up. Sometimes, I've started new businesses and then those turned into the largest form of income that I have. So yeah, you definitely want to start focusing on getting in the second, third, and fourth streams of income. And it doesn't really matter how small it is, especially in the beginning. Like, you just want to focus on doing things and not being lazy. You might have to get up and get an Uber job. You might have to drive for DoorDash. You might have to work for Lyft. You might have to deliver some packages for Amazon. I don't really know what that looks like. Doesn't always mean starting a new business, but it does mean utilizing your time effectively so that you can make a lot of money and do the things that you really want to do. The fourth thing you guys want to do is you want to manage your social media effectively. I'm not necessarily telling you that you need to get off of social media, but what I am telling you is to utilize it more effectively. Like, so for example, I'm choosing to stay off of TikTok. I don't care what Gary Vee says. I don't care what the new most popular form of social media is. I'm never gonna get on TikTok. Any other new social media platform is gonna have to be absolutely transformational in order for me to jump on it. Another thing that I did last year is I'm not on Snapchat. I do utilize my Instagram and then my Facebook page, but even my Facebook page is set up to where I don't necessarily go in and see what anybody's feed is. I can go in, post whatever it is that I need to post, whatever information. I get alerts for when people send me questions or inquire about things. I answer those directly because you guys already know I answer every question, text, comment. I answer every DM from Instagram. When I want to post on Instagram, I post and then I'll get up off of there. So also look at your brand, right? And when I say your brand, I don't necessarily mean that you're gonna get out and sell anything. So like, for example, let's assume that you want to get this new bigger position in 2020 and beyond. The traditional resume is all but dead. Whenever I want to evaluate whether or not I want to bring somebody on, hire somebody, or add somebody to a specific team that I'm building for a specific company, I just go and research them. I look at all of their social media. I look at what they post, and I look at whether or not they messy, if they about their business, if they're a good representation of what it is that I want to promote. And so when I say focus on your branding, I'm saying like, your social media is not just for you personally anymore. I know y'all want to think about it like that, but it's not. It's absolutely for everybody to see. I don't care if you got it on private. It's easy to bypass that. Start thinking about what it is that you want somebody that's potentially wanting to hire you or wanting to put you on or wanting to do business with you. Start looking at what you look like in their eyes. So when I say manage social media effectively, I'm saying manage how it is that you're being perceived to other people. And then in addition to that, manage how much time you're spending on it, because all that time you spending on social media could be doing, task number 3, which is adding another stream of income. So brand yourself effectively and then pay attention to how much time you're spending on social media. Back at home, getting comfortable, getting ready to edit this video so you guys can see it. The last and final thing, the 5th thing that you really want to do moving into the new year is getting healthy. Now, this is something that I haven't necessarily mastered myself. So health can come in a lot of different forms. It can come in mental health, which I think that I'm still working on that, but I've made significant progress as far as growth mentally. But in addition to that, physical health, right? So that's one of the things that I struggle with because I take comfort in being able to do what I want to do and eating when I'm frustrated or, experiencing some level of dissatisfaction that's going on in my life at the time. I know that health is wealth, and it's no point in doing any of the previous 4 things or getting rich or being successful or any of that stuff that you guys highlight and champion is awesome. It's no point in doing any of that stuff if you can't really enjoy it. One of my biggest fears, and it's been one of my biggest fears as long as I can remember, is growing old unhealthy. Like, I want to be one of those people that are 90 and like really in great physical shape, physical fitness. I don't want to be one of those people that have to be helped around and stuff like that. But I guess the biggest thing is that I think this is something that we can tackle together. So with me being as transparent as I've always been as it relates to, living my life like an open book, I think it's important for us to get healthy. Kind of cliche to talk about it around New Year's. Anytime you can start making a transition into getting healthy, I think that that's important. So it's going to be a great year. It's going to be an even better decade. I look forward to really dropping some high-end content. I got some really awesome stuff, including a short film that I'm writing, a full-length feature film that I'm writing. I'm gonna give y'all all the details as we transition through. If you got anything that you think is important that I left off the list, make sure you let me know in the comments. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Holla at me at AntonDaniels.com. I'll let y'all later. Peace.